So to deactivate the airbag on this car, we just disconnected the battery and we wait 3 minutes for the capacitor to discharge. All right, now we're going to be removing the airbag. We'll first have to pop this piece of plastic off, and also this bottom, and where the ignition is too, so we can get to the airbag. All right, after removing the tabs on each side, we can pull out the airbag. Pull out these back 2 wires. And airbag's out. And you always want to make sure it sits like this, just in case if it ignites. All right, now we're going to be taking the steering wheel off. We've already busted this nut loose. Take that out. So after the steering nut is off, we want to make sure there's a mark on the steering shaft and the steering wheel itself. So here, you see a mark right here. And then we had to put a mark right here to line it back up to make sure the wheels will stay straight. So now, just wiggle it back and forth, the steering wheel will come off. And now we can see our clock spring. All right, this is our clock spring out of the car. So what the clock spring does is a roll of wire in here. Just a big roll. So what this does is when you're turning the steering wheel, all the airbag wires and all your controls on your steering wheel can move with it. So once you have your new clock spring, you're going to want to turn with this black peg 2.5 times. This will set the clock spring into like a median to where you can still turn the steering wheel left, all the way left and all the way right without disconnecting the clock spring wires. Alright, I'm going to be explaining the circuit. So once you depress the horn switch, this is the ground side of this relay. So once you press it, it makes a complete circuit. So the ground will come through here to A1 through the clock spring up here to E8, E18, which is a white wire, down up to D11, which now turns into a black wire, which is a ground. Comes up here to a horn relay. Once the coil is activated, it'll close this switch, sending power through the horn fuse down here to the D16, which is our power wire, and then splits off into a gray wire, which will activate these 2 horns. All right, I'm gonna show you how to bypass the horn using the clock spring right here. So let's say your horn doesn't work. We would want to back pin E18, which is a white wire. We'd back pin it and then ground it out to see if the horn will sound. So if it did sound after grounding it out, we know further up here it is not the problem. It'd either be the clock spring internals or the relay.